right, Frank. Well, you're looking great. Come up and have a cup of coffee. What?
I keep asking myself how you could do that. You know what it meant to me, my career gone.
Oh, you've completely lost me here, mate.
Someone told Eric.
Well, I thought you'd gone in and told him yourself.
I hate you for doing it, Bruce. But I'll hate it even more if you stand here and lie to me. There's no other way Eric could have got this.
Oh, Frankie, this is getting...
Don't laugh at me.
Man, I'm
you
not
don't
laughing
laugh
at
me.
you.
Not now, not ever. I am not a joke.
Frankie, will you listen to me? Believe me, nobody feels sorrier than me that this thing has
You
happened.
can hate me. You can stand in line, they spit in my grave, but I won't have you feeling sorry for me.
All right, mate. Anything you say.
I'll tell you something about you, Bruce. You'll never make sergeant. Because why? Because looking like a good copper matters more to you than being one.
Ron. I want you to see what Donna's been watching.
My ex-wife found it in my daughter's computer at home. She reckons there's a lad selling them at school a couple of quid ago.
Sex education isn't what it used to be in my day.
Well, that's never as original. Must have had an extension put on.
Hang on. So who does that hand there belong to, then?
Well, it's that fat bloke in there.
Well, it's not bad picture quality, is it? So can you print off there at all?
Yeah, if you had a decent enough printer. All right, I think I get the general idea. Tony, Bruce, go around and see the headmaster. Let's kick this one into touch.
No, leave it on.
Hey, up dear Bennett's away down memory lane, then.
I think we should take this seriously, sir.
Oh, get off. We all looked at mucky books when we were that age, so it's on a computer. The only difference is the technology.
So if this was hard drugs, kids getting screwed up, we'd want to nail the bastards doing it.
Yeah, fair enough, but who decides when the erotic ends and the porno begins? I mean, love and sex, it's great inspiration for great art, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. Hey, see, they've got the whips out now.
That lass there. Isn't there something wrong with her? Isn't she retarded?
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, well, I've never seen great art that showed a handicapped woman tied up and thumped by a couple of blokes.
Oh, no, dear God.
And your Donna and all of her mates are looking at this stuff.
Yep. And what message is it sending them? That cruelty, torture and degradation are normal. It's saying this is what sex is.
All right. Find your perpetrator. Put a case together, I'll take a look.
Oh, and Marty, who says I need memory lane? Don't think you know about my sex life just because you spend your time reading the toilet walls.
Oh, Frankie's been called in to see the chief medical officer.
Oh, what's that one?
What's it going to mean? Frankie without the job. To his missus.
I'm doing it now. It's all right, I'll do that one.
I want you. I would like you to put Frankie straight about this.
Frankie's upset. Calm down.
And I want it put on the record that I didn't pull the plug on my mate.
If he doesn't believe you, why should he believe me?
Just tell him who put you in the picture, all right? That's all I'm asking you, sir.
Can't do that.
He's out there thinking I'm the Judas. And what, you're telling me that I've just got to accept that?
Look, I'll have a word with Frankie. But there is no way I could put him right about who told me.
And this lad at school, has he tried to sell you anything else? Pictures, videos?
No.
Has anyone ever asked you to be in one of these films, Donna?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is serious, Donna.
Look, just because I'm a copper's daughter, I can't have a laugh like everybody else.
Donna, this material is illegal. And the reason it's illegal is to protect people like you from it.
I was asking you to watch it. Just because old people don't like it, you have to spoil it for us. We all watch it, it's just a laugh. What are we supposed to do? Go and have snog behind Chippy? Postman's not? Kid stuff? Wow.
You've got to get network, just like DOS. Trees, branches, directories.
Let's go back a bit, can we? You lost me somewhere about the trees.
I think Hasif means it's easy if you're familiar with computers.
So there's all these use groups. They've got addresses on network.
So what you're saying is that anybody can get into one of these addresses?
No! Secret addresses for dirty stuff. Young romance, photography extra, muscle mania.
So this stuff is just floating around out there?
You've got to bring it down and give it home on your base computer.
And you do that by copying it onto your floppy disk, do you?
Good, innit?
No contact rule.
Just giving you something to keep you warm till tea time.
Dear Spenny, I've had an idea. Who do we know who used to work for the Vice Squad?
Our problem is that this stuff could have been made anywhere from Hartlepool to Hamburg.
No, just because these poor merchants have got the technology, it doesn't mean they've got the brains to go with it. Pound to a penny says if they're selling in schools, it's been made local.
Yeah, but this is computers. It could be beamed in from anywhere.
Warm sunshine. One of the reasons these guys spread this shit is to make contacts.
So, where do we start then?
Well, these guys operate in networks. Somebody runs boys' wet shorts contest, knows somebody who's fond of filming animal antics. Somebody else knows somebody else. I know somebody. Do you want to come and have a talk to him?
Yeah.
Frankie, what's going on?
Well, you told me to cheer up. I'm just going out for a beer.
When are we going to see you back at work then, Frankie?
The Federation rep's got it sorted. He says it's a steaming bladder.
Is it right that epileptics have to wear like these medical ID tags then?
Well, at least I'll know who I am next time I get shit-faced drunk, eh?
And what if they deliver the test results and there's a cross in every box, Frankie?
Well, then you're all invited to the funeral. Miles, we'd like a table for 3.
Well, you know where I live. Why do you always have to come here?
Well, we're looking for a few names, Mr. Aniston.
I don't know anything about computer porn. I can hardly work the till here.
Well, a friend of a friend, maybe.
Somebody in one of those videos you used to like starring in, Miles.
Has anyone ever tried to sell you a computer disk?
What was the name of your feature debut again? What was it? Lashings of Love, that was it, yeah.
Who is selling the discs?
I don't know a name. Somebody I had a drink with.
Where did you have this drink?
I don't remember.
Oh, dear.
I think we ought to order some food. Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
I met a chap at this strip club I go to.
Hey, up one. Looks like you and me are on for a night out tonight.
It's a private club. It's members only.
I think we've just been recommended for membership.
How come we always end up with a battle of veal? I bet they don't treat their own cars like a mobile toilet.
Try a little tenderness, Marty.
Is it my fault this thing hasn't been serviced? I suppose it's my fault the higher-ups have proclaimed, "Thou shalt not have thine own mechanics. Thou shalt dispatcheth thine chariots to central depot for repairs. Yea, thou shalt send them even unto Blackpool, never to be seen again."
The district social worker doesn't recognise the lass on the disc, which means she's from another area. So, where do we go from here?
Could be anybody. The bloke who collects my football pools, your next-door neighbour, The geezer's been cutting my hair for the last 15 years. I mean, you know, they are different from us, but they look just like you and me. Well, you, anyway.
He said that he needed a computer for his schoolwork. We thought we were helping him.
How many of these discs did you sell?
100, maybe 200.
It's a lot, isn't it, Hasif?
The suspect's father has just struck the suspect across the face.
I must ask you not to do that, sir.
Yeah.
Hasif. These computer notice boards where you've been getting this material from, people can leave messages on them as well, can't they?
Yeah,
Have you ever read any of these messages?
all the time.
You ever answered any of these messages?
Sometimes.
What did you tell him?
About me, who I am and where I live and that.
Hasif, did any of these people ever ask to meet you?
Yeah,
And did you meet them?
yeah.
What was it they wanted?
Swap comics and that.
You mean pornographic magazines?
No, American comics, Batman and Spider-Man. These couple of lads were collecting them like me.
Spider-Man.
Frankie's on medical leave. Now, there's no way you can bring him to that club without a ton of shit coming down in your career.
That, Marty, is what a man carrying a torch looks like.
I should give up now, son. Did no one tell you Bennett's body's known as the land that time forgot?
Well, just give it a rest, will you fellas?
Basically, the lad's admitted that he copied the stuff off the computer, sold the discs. But he's got no more idea than we do who put the stuff there in the first place.
It's obvious Hasif's had no face-to-face contact with the pornographers, sir.
No suggestion that any of the family might be involved?
No. Far from it, sir.
All right, write it up. I'll pass it on to the commander for a decision about prosecution.
Sir.
Now, you see, you're going at it all wrong, laddo. Now, you take me and our Julie, right? Her garden backed onto ours. But I used to watch her sunbathing from my bedroom window. And I knew that if I could just get to talk to her, that'd be in me half a chance. Then, her dad's shed caught fire one time while he were on night shift. Now, who was there to put it out?
Who was there to set it alight in the first place?
But it worked, didn't it? Like, she married me.
But, Warren, can you take a bit of constructive criticism from an old hand? I mean, women these days, they want to feel like they're on a date, not a sociology conference. Lighten up a bit, mate.
Show off your sparkling wit.
Yeah, Bruce, you're a bit of a ladies' man. Can you not help young Warren break his duck?
Lost cause. See, Warren's problem is he dresses off the peg at the Salvation Army.
So all I want to do is just go down to this strip club, get to know a few people, see if anybody's into computer stuff.
I'm not entirely happy about you going in on your own.
One new face is noticeable, sir. A tour as good as a raid.
Well, I want a man in a car within striking distance.
Well, it's only a strip club, sir. I mean, the worst that can happen is that I get a nipple in my face.
Humour doesn't suit you, Warren. I should stick to being a clever sod.
It's just... I know you gave me this lead and everything, and I'm grateful. It's just that if anything goes wrong in there tonight, and I'm in there on a proper job, and you're there with me, and you being on sick leave and everything, well... You can see how I'm fixed, can't you, Frankie?
Yeah, hey, it's not a big thing, Warren. It's one job. There'll be other jobs.
Right. So it's all right, then?
Yeah, sure. Why shouldn't it be?
Let me tell you my first golden rule. My artists have a whale of a time up there.
Brilliant, love. I'm really looking forward to it.
And golden rule number 2 is you get a couple of drinks in, you sit back and you enjoy yourself thoroughly. We like to see new faces here, but we like to see them come back again.
You know, I must have driven past this place about 1,000 times and never knew we were here.
Oh, it's like I always say, you don't have to go to Amsterdam for good times when you got friends at home. Mind you, we do coach trips to Amsterdam if you're ever interested. It's me cue. It's been nice talking to you, young Warren.
And you, love.
It's only a strip. All that does is take a clothes off. It's only a strip. There's nothing criminal happens.
Now then, lads, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. I hope you're going to give a 5-star reception to the lovely, the luscious Leslie.
Hasif?
Now, Bennett, Warren got 2 names last night. The strip club blokes who might be into computer porn.
We got their addresses.
Good for Warren.
Hasif, you're gonna have to go home sometime.
I've left home.
But what about your mum and dad? They're gonna be worried about you.
Why do I have to take my things out of my bedroom?
Oh, perhaps they thought it was the best way to teach you a lesson. Take away your toys and games and things.
Yeah, but they didn't have to take my bed, wardrobe and clothes and everything, did they?
Oh, you mean it's completely empty?
Dad says I have to earn things back by being good and showing him sorry and all that.
But you've still got to go home. Now you understand that, don't you? Right. I'll get a car to take you.
Nothing.
We'll have to come back.
Breakfast time, according to my calculations. And the geezer owns that calf. Will give you an extra round of fried bread if he knows you're a copper.
Fried bread's not a fringe benefit, Marty. It's attempted murder.
It's in the statistics. Children of divorces lose their way, fall off the rails.
Ron, you're always doing things with Donna. You spend more time with your kids than any other man I know.
Yeah, always happening to Donna now. I can't help wondering if I've spread myself too thin.
Yeah, I should have thought about that when you were dipping your bread.
Well, it seems to work. Donna babysits for you and Jenny. I've never known a family like it.
I have. That little house on the prairie. Well, that's handy.
Mr. Lowell?
Yes?
Can we come in for a moment? We're police officers.
I think you know why we're here, sir.
It's through there.
We'll need you to come down the station with us, so if there's anything you think you might need, get it now. Shall we go through to the lounge?
Lovely. Bastard kicked me. With no chance, he's driving a twocker's dream machine.
What are you doing? The bloody clutch has gone.
Now, come on, Ron. Try a little tenderness.
Who are these people? That guy we're talking to is not Gary Lowell. Gary Lowell is the body in the box.
So who is this bloke who did a runner?
This woman has spent most of her life in a mental hospital. Now some bastard's got her doing Dance of the Seven Veils upstairs in a pub for the gratification of the neighbourhood watch.
Unfortunately, it isn't illegal. She's an adult citizen consenting to these things.
She hasn't got the gumption to say yes or no and mean it.
Have you got any grounds to suppose that this stripper appeared in porn films or this computer business?
Well, no, sir.
It's a non-starter, Warren, and you know it.
Care in the community. What a success story. Why don't they just tear down those Victorian establishments? Let the patients go free.
Is there much more of this?
Yeah, there is, actually. You know where they'll all end up, don't you? In another bloody institution, in a prison.
Very good, that. Were you all night writing that, were you? Who are you really angry with here, Warren?
Go on, then, just say it. Instead of have to try.
Did I say anything?
Did you have to? I know what you're thinking. Just grow up and give up, Warren, and be like every other cynical bastard on this job.
Well, it'd be a pity if you did.
Three officers visited Mr. Gary Lowell of 51 Asherville Road yesterday in connection with this pornography investigation. They found Mr. Lowell's body in what might be called unusual circumstances.
Thought they found it in a cardboard box, sir.
Lowell lived in the house alone, but there was a man at the scene when we arrived who pretended to us that he was Lowell. Obviously, we're keen to trace this fella.
The mystery man took off in Lowell's car.
Unfortunately, the officers in pursuit suffered a mechanical breakdown.
Aye, nobbled by the higher-ups again. I tell you, if you want to investigate suspicious circumstances, you want to start with how that lot got the jobs.
Food for thought there, Marty. I'll bear that in mind next time we've got a clear case board.
The car was found abandoned in the city centre. We're bringing it in for Soccer to give it the once-over.
And do we know if this Lowell earned his living in the legitimate computer world?
Nothing on his work. All we've got is a national insurance number, sir.
Right, Marty, you can check his employment records with the DSS.
You see that? You speak out, you get victimised.
You know, judging by the old movies this fella were making, his tastes were well off at pavement. Any chance his death might have been a bit of fun and games gone wrong, sir?
Accidental death? Could be.
Well, we should start trying to ID some of his friends off of them videos.
Well, I'll leave that in your capable hands, Bruce.
Oh, not on my own, sir. There's hundreds of them videos and discs.
Tony, you were looking for something a bit more challenging, OK? Warren, this club where you got Lowell's name, how about an official visit this time?
I think I could be up for that.
Well, there's a surprise. Right, we're not setting up a murder inquiry yet, so don't go ordering your new conservatories. You'll be squeezing no overtime out of this one for now. Any questions?
Yeah, just one, sir. This bloke was into pornography and he was found dead in a box, so can we safely assume he was a Tory MP?
Not unless you fancy a change of career, Warren.
So what is your next move?
Go back to that club. Give him a hard time, see if anything falls out.
You start an investigation into computer porn and within days, one of the main peddlers in this stuff is killed. I would call that more than unusual circumstances.
Didn't want to kill a guy because we're taking a look at him.
Well, plenty of people, you know. I mean, what was this guy Lowell's role in this stuff? Was he working for somebody else? Was he working with a partner?
Frankie, I'm not taking no for an answer. You are coming bowling tonight.
That's what you think.
Hey, mate, you got epilepsy, so what? You gonna let it interfere with your social life?
Yeah, you want to fake it again, Frankie? You're always crap.
It's not the epilepsy that's stopping me coming tonight. It's the thought of you lot making bad jokes all night.
All right. I'll let you off this once. Don't think you're getting off next week's game.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce. It was Lorraine told Eric. I thought you'd want to know.
All right. That figures.
Yeah, I should have seen it coming. She's been beside herself with worry, so... There you go.
All right, mate. Apology accepted.
No apologising, Bruce. Just because you didn't do it doesn't mean that you wouldn't.
Hey, you want to sue the bastards, Frankie? I would. You know, you give them 15 years, and how do they say thanks? The minute you go on the blink, you're out.
The number of wounds indicates that Mr. Lowe's head struck the kitchen tap several times.
So we can rule out accidental death?
DC Ludlow, pathology is the handmaiden of ambiguity, but unless you are suggesting that this man threw himself at the kitchen sink repeatedly, yes, we can rule out misadventure.
Thank you, Dr. Addison.
How are you liking it then, Tony?
It's great. I love it. No, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, it's exactly what I wanted, really.
Wouldn't mind what?
No, it's nothing.
You know what I think? They ought to give you a chew and something meaty, you know, your own case.
Yeah, well, I did wonder.
It's not like you're some kid fresh out of college. You've been out there, you've got a bit of wool in your back. If I was running this department, I'd want to tap into that.
Oh, thanks, Frankie. That means a lot.
You seen the path report on this guy they found in the box?
Yeah.
No, just I was thinking if you wanted to go over it with me, you know. Might be able to give you some tips. You know, there's ways of looking at these things. Could go through the case file together if you wanted.
You're asking me to show a case file to a suspended officer? Look, I might be a soppy ex-school teacher who's not been here 10 minutes. I might be the good Reverend Bromley, always easy to tap for a fiver, but that doesn't give you the right to endanger my career in the name of your ego. Disappointed in you, Frankie.
What have you got?
In 1983, age 16, Gary Lowell was done for breaking and entering, which gives us social services record. Father unknown, mother age 17 at the time of Gary's birth. Before the kid's old enough to walk, he goes into care. Adopted at age 4, that breaks down. Years in and out of children's homes and with foster parents. In 1984, he's back in the picture for breach of the peace. He attacked his foster parents,
Who were?
Mr. and Mrs. Kilcline.
This is 11 years ago.
And what did you find out, Marty?
Hello, Lorraine. Do you mind if I have a word with Frankie?
Thanks a lot, Eric. You really stood by him.
I've tried, Lorraine. He won't let me help him. I've had a chat with the chief medical officer, and we both agreed there's no hurry to be putting pen to paper. In the meantime, We box clever. You put in your request form for repositioning before he issues his report. Well, nobody gives a toss what your medical history is if you're already in intelligence analysis.
So I spend the rest of my life looking at a computer screen, desk jockey, keeping your address book up to date.
Would you rather spend it staring at a television screen? The reality is, Frankie, you cannot go out there on the streets anymore. It's a bastard thing that's happened to you, Frankie. I hate it. It makes even me want to kick out and blame somebody. So stupid and useless. I know all that. But it does sod all good to pretend that it's not happening. And it's no use letting it take away everything.
So what, I salvage a bit of a job and that's supposed to be enough?
Something like that.
No way.
Frankie, when are you going to realise the choices are not the same anymore? I've watched you claw your way up. Christ, nobody's been keener than me to help you get there.
You were wasting your time then, weren't you?
So you won't make DI? So what? Maybe you'll get to see your kids growing up instead. I'm telling you all this, Frankie,
because every cloud's got a silver lining. Because there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Because where there's life, there's hope. Because of every other useless cliche you can dig out of your sad, sorry repertoire. I am physically and biologically unfit to serve. Don't ask me to feel encouraged because the job's turned your marriage into a miserable hole.
Oh, kids come here, you know, they've usually had a rough life. They could go two roads, right road or wrong road.
We see it as our job to get them onto the right road. You know, keep them out of trouble. Get them to believe the world won't always do the dirty on them.
Some years ago, you fostered a young lad called Gary Lowell. I'm sorry to have to tell you that he's dead.
Poor little Gary.
Mum, can I feed the pups, please?
All right, but wait till I come. Oh, she's not my own love. Some like to pretend, you know. I try and discourage it, don't I? Because, well, you're not helping them if you let him believe something that's not true.
Well, I've been let down often enough by the time they get here.
We're trying to find any links that we can with Gary. People who knew him might have been close to him.
Couldn't help you there, I'm afraid. No, we lost touch with Gary a long, long time ago, when he left us. Sorry.
There was an incident, wasn't there, before he left?
He attacked me.
Why was that?
Oh, I found some magazines in his room. I took them away. And he went at me with a metal chain because he wanted them back.
Could you let us know when the funeral is? We'd like to go.
I've known Gary for years. Some chaps come in here week in, week out. You can never say you get to know him, but Gary, we're full of little kindnesses. You know, when my mum died, he helped me cope no end. Drove me all over the place.
Who did Mr. Lowell hang about with? Who did he come in this club with?
Gary had plenty of pals.
Yeah, I met some of them.
So upset. I mean, has his brother been told he'll be devastated? Look at me, I'm shaking. The regulars aren't going to believe me when I tell him.
But you're artists, so they're heartbroken, won't they?
Oh, they will, yeah.
Don't you think that what you're doing is just a fraction beyond what normal people might call entertainment?
It's only a bit of fun. My girls want to do this. Where else will people like them get flattered and fussed over like they do here?
I'll tell you what people like them want. They want protecting from people like you. So if it's all such good, clean fun, your regulars won't mind you giving me their names and addresses, will they, love?
She's so full of herself, preening around the house like she owns the place.
Well, that doesn't sound like Donna.
How would you know?
Well, that's not fair, Kath.
I'll tell you what's not fair. It's not fair that I'm working my tail off bringing up 4 kids on my own. It's not fair that I'm numb with exhaustion and look like a zombie. Donna borrowed a dress of mine last week, and she looked wonderful in it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
She borrowed it to go out with her boyfriend.
Boyfriend? She never told me.
He's 18 years old, and he took her to the pub.
You don't think that... No, Donna wouldn't do that. She's responsible. He hasn't been up to her bedroom, has he? Well, this computer thing, I better have a word with her.
I have had a word with her.
How's things with you and Matt?
There is no Matt. Matt left me a note. Matt's probably found some young thing who doesn't have to worry about washing PE kit, school reports, or her daughter's first date.
Oh, Kath, darling. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. It'll be all right.
Bruce, that was a handy tip you gave me yesterday. You know, looking without looking. I got some useful stuff. On tape number 6, there's a bloke with a Birmingham FC tattoo on his right hand. Tape numbers 18 and 23. You can see out of a window there's a car. I got most of the registration number.
Trouble with this stuff is it gets to you. Bloody stains you.
We've talked to everybody on this list of club members. None of them are our mystery man.
Look, if Lowell was killed to shut him up because we're getting close to him, then why did his killer not make a better job of getting rid of all that incriminating stuff in the house?
He was trying.
No. Trying would be to dump the lot in the river or at least cart it off. Burning computer discs, putting video players and computers in the bath. Now, what's that about?
Has anyone talked to his brother yet?
We work in the same case. This bloke didn't have a brother.
Yeah, he did.
No, Gary Lowell had no family. He was brought up in care.
But I talked to somebody who said that she'd met his brother. Or I'd heard Lowell talking about him.
Well, that means now he lived on Fantasy Island, this bloke.
It's a brother. Brother. I love this bloke. I love this bloke. Ron, Marty, come on.
Where are we going?
I'm sorry for coming on like a smug sod. It's just, I suppose, I was looking for a gold star for getting my homework in on time.
Nah, it's not that. You did all right, mate. It's just, I got such a grief overload at the moment now, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to add to your burdens.
You know, look at Marty. Man's half psychotic, but he's got a great missus. Ron's a devious bastard, and he's got 2. And Lorraine, you met her?
Yeah.
She's a diamond, and Frankie treats her like shit. But me, I get a bird, and I think, well, she's going to want what I want. You know, a nice house, supper by the fire, a dinner table, a washing machine. How's it end up every time? 6 months into the relationship, woman still wants to go out clubbing.
Take it you got girlfriend troubles.
Oh, well, I would. If I still had a girlfriend.
Last time we were here, you told us that... You said that sometimes the kids you foster, they like to make believe that you're their mum.
Some of them, sometimes.
What we're interested in is, do they do the same thing with each other? Pretend that they're real sisters and brothers?
They fight like wildcats a lot at time, but they can get real close, look after each other.
And fantasise that they're real brothers.
Sometimes.
What about Gary Lowell? Did he have someone? A brother?
You're talking a long time ago.
Can you give us the names of all the children who were here with you at the same time as Gary?
I'd have to look back through the books.
What you doing, Audrey? You know what they're talking about. They're talking about Craig.
Not Craig. I won't believe it's Craig.
Craig were a big brother to all kids. He liked to look after them all, especially the weaker ones, and then that like got into trouble. You were a lovely, lovely boy with Craig.
Still not got anything yet?
All right, Roy, I'll give you a call tomorrow. Okay. Thanks again. Okay. See you.
How'd you go, Frankie?
They won't budge. They're still offering intelligence analysis.
You'd still be in the department, so that's not so bad, is it? What did you tell them?
I told them I would be honoured to accept such a prestigious promotion, and I was deeply touched. The powers that be have found it in their heart to accommodate a sick-sorry case like me. I'm going to fight the bastards.
Craig Page, he's not in the phone book, he's in the yellow pages. He's a bloody plumber.
Is there an address?
There's two, his home and his yard.
Hey, Ron and Marty, you come with me, we'll take the yard. Bruce, you and Warren go up to his home. Tony, get Eric and let him know what's happening, OK? Come on, let's shift!
Yes?
Mrs. Beardsmore.
Yes?
We believe you have a plumber here doing some repairs. A Mr. Craig Page.
Oh, he's up in the attic.
Come on, Craig, you'll have to come down.
Go away, just go away. You get up there, I'll get the bastard down. Here, love, have you got a ladder?
Just calm down, Marty.
Mrs. Beardsmore, is there access to any other attic from up there?
Well, my husband put some boards up, but it's only thin stuff, really.
Police, I'm borrowing your attic.
Why don't you come down, Craig? I don't think you've got much choice, really. Do you know, when I went to Gary's house and saw the computer in the bath and the torn photos, I thought somebody had been trying to cover their tracks. But it wasn't that, was it? You must have really hated Gary.
I didn't hate him.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't fair. But you know what's bothering me? What you did in that house. It looked full of anger to me. It's what I would have wanted to do. I would have hated him.
I didn't hate Gary.
No, you didn't. So what's this all about?
I hated what he was doing.
Do you want to tell me what happened?
The damage has got to stop somewhere.
And you were trying to help Gary to get off this stuff, were you?
I know that Gary never had it easy, but why didn't he want to change?
Is that what you realized? That he was never going to change?
I couldn't stop him. I could stop his damage.
I don't know what I'd do if somebody I loved was that dangerous.
I was watching some glasses. And I was looking at him. And I was thinking, what am I gonna do? Next thing, I had hold of his head. Then there was blood. And taps and in the sink.
All right. Shall we call it a day, son?
Sign here, sir.
The money for selling discs. 535 quid. Thought I'd better give it to someone.
Why didn't you spend it? I would have done if it was in my bottom drawer.
Don't know. Didn't want it.
Why were you selling the discs if you didn't want the money?
Just liked it. Selling it to them kids.
Trying to impress your mates? Not got a lot of mates, eh? What happened at school?
Expelled.
What about home?
Mum just keeps crying. Dad keeps saying I was on top of every exam. He's told our uncles that I'm going to college. What's going to happen to me?
Hasif, it might not do any good, but I could have a word with your headmaster. Hmm?
People who sell stuff in schools and take advantage of children, they want to give them a big fat sentence, then double it.
Have you got kids, Marty?
What's this then, a spectator sport? Let's all pry into Marty's personal life.
What have I said?
No, you're all right, mate. It's just Marty and his missus have been trying for years for kids.
I'll tell you what's really nice. Ron and his first wife.
You think so, really?
Yeah. I saw them in the tea bar the other evening. I mean, for a divorced couple to have such a good relationship, I think they're being really adult.
Really adult.
Oh, Marty, why so sour? This is your best friend we're talking about.
Maybe I see it differently when a bloke is giving his ex-wife a regular seeing to.
Well, Ron and Kath are still having sex.
You just said you approved.
But Jenny talks about their marriage like they're really happy together.
Of course she does. She doesn't know.
Has Ron told you this?
Look, they didn't mean to. It just happened. What with him going round there all the time, visiting the kids.
What, then they just accidentally fell into bed? How long's this been going on?
Only 4 years.
Sir, I've just been talking to Lorraine. She reckons Frankie's gone missing.
How do you mean?
He didn't come home last night. She's heard him out all day.